Hey guys, it's Kaz here, and today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. So during January I was part of the Immune Read Along. This was hosted by Tandem Collective, who have been doing it on Instagram for a while I believe, but this was the first YouTube based read along, and you may have been seeing this book floating around from other channels, which I will link all down below. So the book is all about your immune system. This is hashtag not spawn, but it is hashtag gifted, because they did send me this book along with a nice little care package all to do with the immune system, which I will share with you right now. There are little branded tissues, a selection of different teas which help different parts of your body for different reasons, some Fisherman's Friends, which I've never had before but I have seen for many years, so next time I have a cold I'm definitely going to check these out. They're just like lozenges for when you have a cold. And a tin of Vaseline. So why is this video a little bit different, you ask? Well, it's a bit different because in a second I'm going to be going and doing a quiz. So they have put together a quiz where you find out what part of the immune system, what cell you are, what thing to help fight all the bits in you is. So I'm going to be doing that. I'm also going to be watching a video from the Kurzgesagt, in a nutshell. It's literally German for in a nutshell, so let's say in a nutshell, YouTube page, because this book is by Philip Detmer, who was the creator of the In a Nutshell YouTube channel. So we're going to be watching a video there. Yet to be determined, haven't even figured out which video yet, but it's going to be a good one. And yeah. Also, I'm just going to throw out a few facts in here. It's funny because the bits that I remember the most are the bits that are not even properly to do with the immune system. So for example, the word humour is based on the ancient Greek meaning bodily fluids. So toilet humour is the highest form of humour. That's got nothing to do with anything, but it's one that I saw and thought I need to remember that. Also pathogen, which appropriately means the maker of suffering. I just really enjoyed that. As you can tell, the bits that were dark were the bits that stood out to me the most. And another bit that was dark that stood out to me the most. I don't know why I need to tell people this, but pus is the dead bodies of millions of neutrophils that fought to the death for you. That's the bits that fight away all the stuff. Mixed in with ripped apart remains of civilian cells, dead enemies, and spent antimicrobial substances. So yeah. Why do I just remember the stuff about the stuff? I don't know, but it's what goes in the mind. So we're going to head on over to a different point of view where we're going to do the quiz and then watch the video. So yeah. So we are here. I've just had to download a new screen recording thing because my one that I had was so temperamental. But we are here, and first of all we're going to do this quiz, and then we'll maybe watch one or two, probably one because I don't want this video to be super long, but we'll watch one of In a Nutshell's other videos. So let's just head on over to the quiz. So the first question is, on a team, what role do you usually play? So I produce tools to help us achieve our goals. I do lots of research so we can reach our goals. I facilitate the team, personally ensuring our success. I work on details with unparalleled focus. And I'm flexible and will do whatever is most needed. I feel like that's probably me out of all these because I do like research, but it depends on what we're doing. I'm not like the main facilitator of the team, personally ensuring. I'm an introvert, so I don't want to take on that role, thank you very much. So I think I'm going to go with I'm flexible and will do whatever's most needed. I'm chill, I'll just do it. What do you need me to do, bro? Let's go. My friends would describe me as passionate, a leader, a problem solver, creative and multifaceted. So I feel like creative is probably the one I'm going to go for here. I am very passionate. Also, again, it depends on what it's about. I am a problem solver. I feel like I'm pretty good at solving the probs. I love an escape room. But I'm going to go with creative because like all of my hobbies are creative. Photography is creative. Making videos on here is creative. Art is creative. So I feel like that's a very good place to go with that. So the next question is, what type of traveller are you? Oh, I love travelling. I still haven't put out my vlog from Gdansk in Poland. I will do that. I keep saying it. It will happen. So let's have a look at these. I have a long list of places I want to go and I'm diligently checking them off. I prefer to see many places, not spend a ton of time in each place. I can't say it's that one because I've been to Oslo 3 times, so like technically I could have gone to 3 different places there, but I love it so much so I don't know if I could be allowed to put that one. Next is I make a record of everything I see and do, whether through social media, a journal, or regular emails, so others can experience the trip with me as much as possible. I mean, yes, but also it's for me, not for other people, but I definitely do that. I always write pages in my journal when I go on holiday. I do put pictures on my social media, like at the end of every day. I throw them out there, but it's more for me. Like, other people can chill if they want, but yeah. I like to book my itinerary with as many things as possible. My trips are more of a whirlwind. This is also me. I am the booker when it comes to holidays. I take a little book with me where I've planned out the days, like this day I'm doing this and then that, and then I'm going to go these places, and there'll be like a list of places that I can eat that are local that might be good, or places where I can do whatever. So that's very much me as well. There's always one or two things I have to see or do no matter what. If I don't, I may get a bit cross. This is not true, because every time I do an itinerary, I always put too much on there. I never get everything done, but I never get cross about it. Sometimes it's raining and you don't want to do a certain thing, or sometimes something takes longer than you expected to, but it's a good thing because it means you spent loads of time doing something and you didn't realise it was going to be like 7 hours, but you enjoyed them 7 hours, so not that one. I am the planner of the group when I travel. This is so hard because I'm like all of them. So I'm definitely the planner of the group when I travel. I've just planned a holiday for me, my mum and my sister in October. I can't tell you where it is because like my sister doesn't actually know. She wants it to be a secret, which is so fun. So I've planned that, and I'm going to look at what we're going to be doing and stuff. So I'm definitely the planner. But I also have the itineraries, and I also make a record of everything I see and do. This is so hard, this one. I'm all three of them. Okay, I'm gonna okay, so because this one says so others can experience a trip with me as much as possible, I'm gonna cross that out because it's not. It's for me to experience it again when I write stuff in my journal, because nobody sees it. It's just for me. And I feel like the itinerary one and the planner one are kind of the same one. I'm gonna go with a planner just because I literally did plan a secret holiday for my family, so I can't not really. Next question is, when faced with conflict, what is your go-to response? Oh, I wonder if one of them's cry. Get others' opinions first so you can feel confident in how you decide to proceed. That's not crying. Implement a multi-pronged comprehensive solution. Face it with cool efficiency. Keep the big picture in mind, as focusing on small details can distract from diffusing the problem, and gather as much information as you can to decide how to proceed. So the last question, I was half of them. This question and none of them, because even the slightest bit, like not even conflict, even if there's somebody with a slight piece of authority over me that says something where they've slightly took something out of context wrong, I cry. I just cry, and it really is annoying. I can't help it, but that's what I do. That is how I react to conflict. So I guess I gather as much information as you can decide to proceed, because I do like to know what's going on and what's happening and stuff. Face it with cool efficiency, that's like not, I wish I could, but I physically can't not cry, and it's really annoying. So yeah, we'll go with that one. Which activity is a must-do on weekends? Checking the news I missed during the week, trying new recipes, checking in with friends or family, organising my home, usually leading to donations and recycling, working on hobbies and passions. I like baking, but I don't bake that often. The news is just a constant cycle of shit, so why would anybody want to check it? Checking in with friends and family. I see my fam just all the time anyway. I'd probably say working on hobbies and passions. I mean, to be fair, I'm probably working most weekends, but I'm taking weekend as day off. So yeah, for sure. Although I don't organise my home, but I did give like a bunch of books away when I did that own haul, so that kind of counts. What career most appeals to you? Oh, I saw the word politician, it made me throw up in my mouth a little bit. Artist, flight attendant, archaeologist and engineer. Fun fact, when I was younger I wanted to be an archaeologist, and for some reason, like, I feel like that's the thing that everybody wants. Let me know down in the comments, when you were younger, did you randomly want to be an archaeologist? Because I feel like it's a thing. Maybe kids get into dinosaurs quite young. For some reason that's a thing that we all enjoy, so then we all want to be archaeologists. Maybe that's the thing. I'll have to say artist, because that's the one that most appeals. Imagine if you could just do art and then people pay you for it and then it's a career. So yeah, not the archaeologist, not now. Maybe asked me like many years ago when I was tiny. Which trait is most important to you? Passion, intelligence, adaptability, resourcefulness, apparently not speaking, resourcefulness, confidence. So what trait is most important to you? For me or for other people, just in general? We'll say just in general. Confidence, no. I'm an introvert. It's not like outward confidence is not something that I think is the most important. Resourcefulness, potentially. Adaptability, intelligence, passion. I feel like intelligence is very important, especially in the world of now, because so many people are just living with stuff that, I mean, intelligently we shouldn't. I mean, I don't want to get into politics again because I mentioned it once earlier, but like every single Tory is getting done for tax evasion and we're all just sat here like, okay, get out of the parliament. So I feel like intelligence, but then adaptability, passion. No, passion is sometimes bad. If you're really passionate about the wrong things, you become, you know, it's not good. I mean, I'm sure the KKK are passionate, you know what I mean? It's not necessarily a good thing. Intelligence, adaptability. I'm gonna go with intelligence. What do you bring to the party? Nothing, we'll see you later. Myself, what more could they want? Games, which you will teach everyone to play. Food or drinks, gotta keep up everyone's energy levels. All the gossip, photos from my last trip. Latest. I do enjoy showing people a photo or two. It's generally of my cats though, not my last trip. Myself, what more could they want? I feel like games is the one here, because I don't really go to like proper parties anymore, but I do like getting together and playing board games and doing those little escape rooms in a bag. So I'm gonna go with games. Ooh, I am the dendritic cell. I can't read again. Dendritic cell. As a secret agent of the immune system, dendritic cells stop at nothing in order to gather valuable enemy intel and bring it back to Immune HQ. You're creative, resourceful and efficient. You love to absorb information and use it to help those around you. I feel like that's pretty decent. I like that. That's good. I will leave this quiz down below as well. I might have already mentioned that. I don't know. But yeah, check it out and see what cell you are. But I feel like that's pretty decent. I'm creative. I'll gather the intel on the enemy. I'll be a sneaky secret agent. Good times. So before we head on over to In a Nutshell to watch a video, let's head on over to a message from one of the spawns and then I shall be back with the rest of the video. Look at all that belly. Look at all that belly. Look at all that belly. He's got such a lovely belly. So we are back from the cats and we're going to choose a video to watch. You see, there are quite a lot of dark videos on here because science is very dark. Bye Bye Earth, Slaver Ant, Black Hole Star. But the one that jumps out to me the most, I did watch a little bit of this one earlier, secretly, don't tell anyone. But the one that stands out to me, because we mentioned it earlier, where is he? What dinosaurs actually looked like. We mentioned it earlier, the old archaeologist child thing. Let's see what dinosaurs actually look like. I feel like it's still up in the air, but maybe this video will explain it.
The past is a vast and mysterious land that begins at the Big Bang and ends in the present, expanding with each passing moment. It's the home of everything that came before, the key to understanding our present. Here, we find the most amazing creatures to ever roam our planet.
I feel like that picture there was a giant sloth. I'm going to put a picture here because I've seen giant sloth the first time I saw it in Oslo and then the second time in the London Natural History Museum. And the first time I saw it I was like, what? I didn't know they existed. I feel like that guy was one of them. I didn't know the giant sloth existed and I was gobsmacked when I saw the massive skeleton and then it said giant sloth, so you know. Let's carry on.
Hundreds of millions of species so diverse that our imagination cannot do them justice. Unfortunately, the past carefully guards its secrets. While there are a lot of things about the past we know, there are way more things we know we don't know. And worse, there are probably even more things we don't even know that we don't know about. Think of the wonder of life. We now recognize about 1.5 million eukaryotic species, but there may be as many as 10 million alive today. And although we are adding some 15,000 new species to our collective knowledge each year, the vast majority of life on Earth is still undiscovered.
Here's the thing, how do they know there might be up to 10 million? How do they not know there might not be up to 100 million? How do they know? Where does the 10 million come from? It's like with the species when they say, oh, we know this many species, but we think there's probably about this many species. But how do you know? How can you even say that that second number is probably how many exist, especially when the ocean exists? How? Let's carry on.
This is just what is around today. An estimated 4 billion species emerged on our planet in past eons. But at least 99% of them died out way before humans spoke the first words.
And then we just decide to make the rest of them die just from being really crap people and wrecking the environment.
The vast majority of all the different species that ever existed are so utterly deleted that they have become part of the unknown part of the past, lost to us forever. Or are they? Could we use science and imagination to glimpse a shadow of the unreachable past? Let's start with what we do know. To learn about creatures of the past, we need fossils, any sort of remains preserved from past geological ages, bones or...
I love a fossil. If you're ever in Oslo, go to the Natural History Museum there, because it's 2 museums, and on one of them is all of like the animal stuff. You know, the stuffed animals of the animals that exist right now, all that sort of jazz. And then in the other building, which only, I think last year, or perhaps the year before, but I feel like it might have been last year, this building opened. And it's all the dinosaur stuff and all of the cool rocks and stuff. You know, like, just rocks. I really enjoy looking at rocks. And it's so good. Like, it blew my mind so much how amazing it was. To the point where, when I went to the Natural History Museum in London last year, I was actually... what's the word? Not disappointed, but I expected it to be better because everyone hypes it up as like the best one ever. Like, oh, the Natural History Museum in London is like, woo. But the one in Oslo is so freaking good. So if you're ever in Oslo, go to there and look at all the dinosaurs and the rocks if you like that sort of stuff. It's really good.
Shells, impressions or imprints, things preserved.
Oh, talking about preserved, also, if you're ever in Gdansk in Poland, go to the Amber Museum because it's really interesting. It's just all about amber. And also, if you go to the beaches around there in Poland, around Gdansk, you can actually get amber. It just washes up on the beach. It's really cool.
Amber. The totality of all fossils on Earth is called the fossil record, and it's the most important window on the past we'll ever have. For a dead animal to fossilize, a number of things must go just right. The right environment, timing, and conditions. And then the fossil needs to survive for millions or hundreds of millions of years, and then get back to the surface, and then be discovered before natural processes dissolve it. So it is kind of a miracle that we have what we have, and know what we know. Take the dinosaurs, since they were one of the largest and most successful groups of animals for some 165 million years, and are also a lot of fun to animate. What were they really like, and what are we missing? In the last 200 years, we've found tens of thousands of fossils from over 1,000 dinosaur species. Lately, we've entered a golden era of discovery, and about 50 new dinosaur species are discovered each year, expanding what we know and what we know that we don't know about them.
I did not know that. I did not know that they were getting 15 new dinosaur species every year. That's mad. What are they all called?
Which is amazing, but it also makes us aware of all the things lost to the past forever. Imagine if we took all the animals that lived in the last 50 million years and randomly chose 10,000 individuals from 1,000 species to fossilize. Think about all the things that would be missed or that seem too weird to be true. Like the giraffe, a yellow animal with brown patterns that looks like a horse, and an antelope had a baby with a long neck and 2 tiny hairy horns. How many dinosaur giraffes were there? Animals so weird and selected for ecological niches so specific that evolution molded their bodies very absurdly. Today...
True. Have you ever seen the skeleton of an owl? It's a lot of leg. And how would they... If they found a skeleton of an owl, how would they create it? Like with the dinosaurs, they decided that they were all lizardy. And now I think it's more bird, which I'm sure he's going to get onto.
They might seem made up to us. We know a lot of species are lost forever just because of the environment they lived in. For example, lush jungles basically prevent fossilization, as the chances that an animal will be buried here are low. Countless scavengers of all sizes break down freshly deceased animals extremely quickly, and the soil is often so acidic that bones are dissolved. And so fossils of dinosaurs from jungles are practically non-existent. Today, half of all known species live in the few remaining rainforests that only cover 2% of Earth's landmass. Millions of years ago, when dinosaurs roamed Earth, jungles covered much more of the planet. So, besides some insects and other small animals trapped in amber, there should be millions of species that emerged and vanished without leaving any trace. Trapped deep inside the unknown unknown. But just in general, biology trips us up. Look at your body. It's mainly squishy, gooey, soft stuff, which does not preserve well. What remains the longest are the crystallized parts of your bones, and so most dinosaur fossils are bones or teeth, usually fragments, not entire skeletons. This means that almost all boneless or shellless animals are practically wiped from the fossil record. If we take a look at the stunning diversity of weird animals like worms, jellyfish, and slugs alive today, we can only speculate what we are missing. Although thankfully, many mostly soft and gooey species also left us an incredible diversity of shells that tell us an amazing amount about our past, so at least we have that.
I can't remember what they're called, but I love the little guys that are like flat and then they've got the little eye sticking up. I'll pull a picture up. They just look really cool.
Still, when we think about all the boneless species that may have existed in the last 500 million years, even our best attempt at imagining them falls short. But it's not like reimagining something based on its bones is straightforward, and so the way we envisage what dinosaurs actually looked like has changed a lot in the last few years. In the past, many illustrations had a bony, minimalistic look with a toothy grin to signify fierceness and danger. But if we draw today's animals in a similar way, based on their skeletons, just for the fun of it, we get the most bizarre creatures. Elephants, swans, and baboons that look like monsters right out of nightmares. So, similar to animals today, we should imagine dinosaurs with much more soft tissue, fat bellies or chests, weird soft parts like skin flaps, lips and gums, and just more pronounced features that would make them seem like much more pleasant fellows. Some soft features actually leave distinctive traces on bones that we can look for in the skeletons of extinct animals, which is where today's animals with similar features are really helpful. It's a similar story with colors. Because we know what the feathers of living birds look like, modern technology combined with the exceedingly rare fossils with preserved remains of fuzzy feathers give us a glimpse of the real colors of extinct dinosaurs. We know that tiny Sinosauropteryx had a striped tail, and its tiny dino buddy Anchiornis huxley was white and black with gorgeous red feathers around its head. Still, for the vast majority of really any ancient extinct species, we have no real clue what color they were. But we know what modern dinosaurs, birds, look like, and here we find the most amazing variety. So some dinosaurs will have tried to blend into the background, while others might have fielded aggressive color schemes to attract mates or to appear dangerous. Some might have had impressive decorations or colorful beaks. Some may have been striped or patterned. Similarly, we don't know that much about dinosaur behavior, although once again we can draw conclusions from existing animals. For example, even apex predators like lions spend a lot of their time lying around and cuddling and licking each other and playing. Why would dinosaurs be so different? When we first found the skull of T-Rex with its mighty teeth and probably the strongest bite of any land animal ever, we imagined a fierce and stupid beast. But modern scanning technology has revealed that T-Rex had a larger brain-to-body ratio than some earlier giant meat-eaters. And it probably had very sharp hearing, vision and a sense of smell, and was in all likelihood not a stupid animal. So maybe T-Rex was a cuddly fellow that spent a lot of time playing around or impressing potential mates when it was not hungry. Likewise, while their horns and shields might have made ceratopsids appear to be natural-born fighters, they were probably much more than that. Based on the behavior of modern animals and the complex dances some have to go through to mate, maybe their shields were amazingly colorful. Maybe it danced for its mates like many birds do today. How intensely amazing these creatures must have been. And what a loss it is to us that we don't get to experience them firsthand. What an even greater loss that there is so much we will never know about them, and even more tragic, all the absurd and beautiful beings that disappeared without a trace. But such is life. Time marches on without any concern for our feelings, and the past expands with every moment that passes. Most wild animals alive today will in all likelihood not leave fossils behind and also just disappear forever. We can do something about that though. Instead of accelerating the extinction we are witnessing, we could become the guardians of life and preserve it where we find it. If possible in the wild, if not then in museums, movies and in our minds. Because as amazing as our imagination is, and as fascinating to think about the animals that are part of the unknown unknown, it is even better to witness them in the present. The land that we actually inhabit, where we get to experience life as it happens.
Honestly, my reaction towards the end of that was terrible because I was just smiling. It's so nice to think of it like that. Like, oh, they had all the fluffy, colourful stuff and they were just chilling, living their life. It's nice to think. Rather than like the Jurassic World films where it's like all of the dinosaurs are chasing after the humans. Because why would they? Why would they care that much? They're just chilling, living their life. But yes, that was very, very interesting, very good. It also doesn't give you all the information because we don't have all the information. So yes, I definitely enjoyed that one. I think I picked the right video to watch because I'm sure that was much more wholesome than the black hole one or the slave ants or the let's send a nuke into town, what will happen videos. Very interesting, but also not the vibe right now. So yes, let me know down below whether you enjoyed this video. Obviously I'll leave the link for the channel and the quiz down below so you can check it out, see what little immune thing you are. Let me know down below. Reiterate all the other co-hosts for this read along down below. Also just check the description, there'll be all sorts of stuff down there. So yeah, and if you enjoyed this video and you're not subscribed already, then do that if you want. That would be very lovely, and I will see you in a few days with another video. Bye.